Hello and a very warm welcome to the MENA Golf Tour Highlight Show. This week we're in Dubai for the Golf Citizen Classic. Located in the heart of Dubai Sports City is the Els Club. Touted as one of the best facilities for the game in the country, the Ernie Els designed layout is a top draw destination for players and visitors alike. True to its tradition of hospitality, club management was upbeat about the MENA Golf Tour event to come.
Great to have the MENA Tour Golf Citizen Classic back at the Els Club this year. Second year in a row obviously, and to see the calibre of players starting to increase with the likes of Dominic Foos in attendance this week, who's a regular on the Challenge Tour and European Tour. It's all testament to what the MENA Tour has done over the last few years and the credibility that it's now has across all the platforms and the tours.
The course is one of the best maintained in the region. Year in, year out, the support staff puts in a Herculean effort to keep the course in pristine condition, and this is a major factor in the ever-increasing footfall here.
We're trying to keep the surfaces firm and fast and dry as possible, but also we need to make sure that the plant can cope throughout the rest of the day. Because of 12 hours with high traffic and high heat levels, we really have to, the moisture levels in the grass is a thing that we're going to be focusing on this week. This year we've had a big emphasis on green speeds. Last week we was really struggling for green speeds, so we've had to put a little bit extra effort into that. Definition is the second thing. We really wanted to grow the rough up. With membership and daily play, the roughs are normally a little bit shorter, so it means it's too easy for these MENA Tour guys.
One man who looked set for an easy outing was Daniel Hendry. The 22-year-old Scotsman spent his developing years in Dubai and was returning to the city he calls home after attending university in the USA. A distinguished player on the youth circuit with the coveted Sheikh Rashid Trophy to his name among other accolades, Hendry is one to look out for in the future.
Well, I moved here, probably, I think it was 2000, so I was about 5 or 6, and my dad first got me into the game. But I first attended the JDP program at Emirates Golf Club. My first teacher was Andrew Whitelaw, who was longtime director of golf at Emirates, and from there really I loved it. I had to have a club in my hand and I had to hit balls every day, you know.
And there was no looking back after that. He fell in love with the sport and left cricket and football. While playing college golf in the States, Hendry feels his short game has improved massively. That's a real key to achieve success at the highest level. And he's determined to leave no stone unturned in terms of effort and dedication.
I want to play on the PGA Tour, but eventually I want to win some majors as well, you know. But I also want to be one of the first people from the UAE to grow up here to do really well on tour as well. So I think that's important for me, and to play the MENA Tour is obviously a great honour, and I think it's nice that it's allowing amateurs and juniors in the region to step up a level and really improve their games and see how they stack up against professional players.
And to test that, he was up against a decorated field with multiple winners and regular top 10 finishers on the MENA Golf Tour coming together at the Els Club in search of glory. Daniel Hendry got off to a sizzling start with 5 birdies in the opening round. A 4-under par 68 threw down the gauntlet. Pakistan's Shahid Javid managed one better. A bogeyless round for him lifted him to the top. And Rehan Thomas, the ever-impressive 16-year-old, shared the lead with Javid and England's Craig Hinton at the conclusion of the opening day's play. Luke Joy's consistent performances over a couple of days helped him march into contention with 68 and 71 in rounds 1 and 2. But it was fellow Englishman Lee Caulfield who stormed into the lead with 6 birdies that included a hat-trick from 13 to 15. So after 2 days of toil at the Els Club, Caulfield led ahead of Luke Joy and the winner of last year's Sheikh Maktoum Dubai Open Peer Bath, who were tied at 5 under. 4 players were a shot shy at 4 under. The home stretch seemed set to be a potential cracker, and for that and more, stay tuned. We'll be right back after this short break. Welcome back to the highlight show of the MENA Golf Tour. We're showcasing the best action from the Golf Citizen Classic. Luke Joy started the day in undesirable fashion, a bogey for the Englishman on the 445-yard par 4 first. Meanwhile, Spain's Carlos Balmaseda looked red hot, with a chip in for birdie at the 213-yard second. Overnight leader Lee Caulfield dropped a shot at the very first hole, just like Luke Joy. And it got worse for Caulfield. His tee shot on the second hole landed way off the intended target, resulting in consecutive bogeys, perhaps the worst possible start for the round. Spain's Balmaseda continued to impress. A fine third shot on the par 5 544-yard fifth that resulted in a birdie. After a bogey on the first, Sweden's Per Barth dropped another shot on the 443-yard third, denting his chances of lifting the trophy. England's Max Williams, who was 3 shots off the pace at the start of the final round after rounds of 71 and 69, looked good with this chip on the fifth that eventually earned him a birdie. Meanwhile, Per Barth was finding it hard to get into the groove, and here on the 405-yard sixth, the par 4, he overcooked his chip and dropped another shot. So Carlos Balmaseda marched into the lead. Sole second was Max Williams, and we had a closely following pack at tied third. A very tight finish was in the reckoning as we pick up play with Max Williams ready to take his third shot on the par 5 eighth. Two birdies at 2 and 5 and a dropped shot at 3 so far in Williams' round. Looking to splash out of the sand here. That's pretty good. He'll have that putt for birdie. Here's Per Barth, 13th last week in the Sheikh Maktoum Dubai Open at Al Bardia Golf Club. This is his second shot at the 405-yard seventh. And a pretty good shot it is too. That's a birdie opportunity now for Per Barth. Here's the leader, Carlos Balmaseda. His best finish, second at Gala Valley in Oman in 2014, and he's just left that one short. That was a birdie putt. Taps in for par. Now Caulfield, his 66 on day 2, the best round of the week so far. This is third shot at the par 4 7th, just from the edge of the green. Pretty decent weight, not quite the right line though. Max Williams now on 8. This for birdie, the par 5. He finished 7th in this event last year. Oh, and it's just slid past. Decent memories then of this course for Williams. And he holes his par putt. So he remains at 5 under, 1 shot behind Balmaseda. Here's Caulfield for par on 7. Oh dear. That's 4 bogeys in 7 holes for Lee Caulfield, a million miles away from repeating his form of day 2. He really is struggling at the moment. Here's Barth for birdie, also at 7. And he gets it. Confidently holed Per Barth. Moves to 3 under, 3 shots behind Carlos Balmaseda. Here's Luke Joy on 9, his second shot. A couple of bogeys for him so far in this round at 1 and 6. He's found sand off the tee at 9. But he's ended up on the green. He's left himself a decent putt there, but he has got an opportunity for birdie. Back to Caulfield. His third shot at the par 5 8th. He needs to get his round back on track here. And he's given himself a pretty good opportunity there for birdie, hasn't he? This the 562-yard hole, the second longest on the course. Joy again then. For birdie at 9. Oh, and it's just slid past. Caulfield now. Birdie opportunity for him. Oh, and that's just the tonic he needed. After dropped shots at 1, 2, 3 and 7. It's his first birdie of the day. He moves back to 4 under par. Max Williams now. Went out in 1 under par 35. It's his third shot at the 10th, the par 4. It's the Els Club signature hole. 467 yards, and he's still got work to do there for his par, hasn't he? Pearbath now on 9, his second shot. This is the long par 4, 507 yards. And he's given himself an excellent opportunity there for birdie. That's a terrific shot from Pearbath. Williams now for par on 10. Oh, it was tentative, wasn't it? Just a little stab at the ball. No real conviction. So a dropped shot for him. Now he's 3 behind Carlos Balmaseda. Here is Balmaseda, the leader. This for birdie on 12, the par 4. And he's just short. Frustration for him. The reaction says it all. Could have extended his lead there, but didn't. Pearbath now on 9. Gets his birdie. Nicely done. His second birdie of the outward half. He's out in a 1 over par 37. Still very much in contention. So after playing 12 holes, Balmaseda heads the field by 2 shots. Chile's Antonio Costa has sneaked into second place at 5 under, while India's amateur Rehan Thomas, already a winner on the MENA Golf Tour this season, is tied in 3rd. After a short break, we'll showcase the climax of the Golf Citizen Classic at the Els Club. Stay with us. Welcome back to the MENA Golf Tour. We're at the Els Club for the final round of the Golf Citizen Classic. Carlos Balmaseda missed an opportunity to beef up his lead at the 554-yard par 5 13th. That putt just sliding past. Pearbath had a forgettable 10th. He missed a sitter of a par putt, dropping a shot as a result and slipping back to 3 under. The overnight leader Lee Caulfield was having a bad day at the office, but here on 14 a fantastic shot that led to a par after going out in 39. Balmaseda was looking good on the homeward stretch, a birdie on 16 lifting him to 8 under par. Young Rehan Thomas wrapped up his round in style. This shot led to a birdie for him, finishing the tournament at 5 under par after a final round 71, gave him a 3-round total of 2-1-1 and a share of the clubhouse lead. Carlos Balmaseda lost his Midas touch with a bogey on the short 17th. He still enjoyed a 2-shot lead heading into his final hole. Luke Joy's impressive chip on the 16th provided him with a glimmer of hope to catch the leader. This led to a birdie for the Englishman. So Carlos Balmaseda enjoyed a 3-shot lead over the chasing pack, and he was 2 clear of the clubhouse leaders, and you would think only a turnaround of monumental proportions could have deprived him from lifting his maiden MENA Golf Tour title. Here he is lining up his 3rd shot on 18. This a monster 619-yard hole from the back tees, par 5, a beautiful finish with the majestic clubhouse in the background, and that's a lovely shot too from Balmaseda. Terrific stuff. Here's Caulfield now. Needs to get this close to put some pressure on Balmaseda, splashing out at 16, and that's gone past. He's still got that for birdie though. Here's Balmaseda then, with his birdie putt at 18, and surely if he gets this, it'll wrap up the title. Oh, but he's not happy, is he? Straight away, he was up off the putt, and he's left it short. Still work to do there for him. Back to Caulfield at 16 for birdie. Oh yes, nicely holed. Maybe there's life in this finish yet. Caulfield now just 2 shots behind Balmaseda. Back to the Spaniard then on 18. This for par. Oh, and he's missed it. Goodness me. 3 putting the final hole, consecutive bogeys for him. A 3-round total of 210. He's still in the lead, but now only just 1 shot ahead of Caulfield. Rounds of 68, 72 and 70, but a poor finish from Balmaseda. Now Caulfield then on 17. The par 3. Can he get this one close? Well, he's on the green. Goodness me, he's got a lot of work to do there. Luke Joy then on 18. Needs to eagle this to draw level with Balmaseda. This is his 2nd shot. Well, he's given himself an opportunity here, hasn't he? He's on the green, and he'll have that putt to move to 6 under par. Goodness me, what a finish. Lee Caulfield now. This is birdie putt. Oh, so close. That would have seen him move to 6 under with Balmaseda as well. A wry smile from Caulfield, and why not? Here's Luke Joy then for eagle to draw him level with Balmaseda. Yes, 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 he's got it. Fantastic stuff. A birdie at 16, now eagle at 18. He's home in 33 for a final round of 71, and he joins Balmaseda at the top of the leaderboard. Brilliant. Here's Per Bath for birdie at 17. Oh, and he's got that as well. And now he's just 1 shot behind Luke Joy and Carlos Balmaseda. This is boiling up into an incredible finish. Max Williams now. Birdie putt for him at the last. And he's got that as well. Not quite enough. He finishes on 2-1-1. That's 5 under par. 1 shot at the moment behind Joy and Balmaseda. But a terrific 3 days of work for Max Williams. Here's Per Bath then. If this goes in, he's won the tournament. He's left it short, and he's got that to join Joy and Balmaseda on 6 under. Here's Caulfield meanwhile. He needs this to go in to join those players on 6 under as well. Difficult hole for him, a poor 2nd shot, left him a tough 3rd. So he's now out of contention, Lee Caulfield. Disappointing day for him. This for par then, on the last for Caulfield. And that pretty much sums up his final round. Unfortunately, a 75 for him. He went from champagne on day 2 to tap water here. 66 to a 75. 2-1-2 for 3 rounds for Lee Caulfield. 4 under par. Not quite good enough. Per Bath then. This putt to join Balmaseda and Joy in the playoff. Oh dear me. a nervous stab, you have to say. He's ended with a 72, an even par final round, Per Bath, 5 under par, and he just misses out on that playoff opportunity. So in regulation 54 holes, we had a two-way tie at the top between Carlos Balmaseda and Luke Joy. 5 players ended up at 5 under at a tied third place, an indication of how closely fought this affair was at the Els. It's the third tournament in a row with the winner determined by virtue of a playoff. Here we are at the third playoff hole. We haven't been able to separate the players over the first couple. Balmaseda's second shot at 18. He three-putted here, remember, to open the door for Joy in regulation. But he's on the green now. Good stuff from him. Luke Joy's second shot. Got an eagle here, remember, to force the playoff. Oh, he's not happy with that. Right hand comes off the club. And he's a long way right. So it's advantage Balmaseda now. Plenty of tension around the Els Club. Joy to play again. This is third shot. Needs to get this close to put some pressure on Balmaseda. Oh, he went right at the flag there, didn't he? But he's gone way past. So you would reckon Balmaseda's probably got 2 putts here for the title. This for eagle for Balmaseda, and this will guarantee him the win. Yes, what a great way to win the title. Oh, a little jig from Balmaseda, and why not? He thought he'd thrown it away in regulation, but he now wins at the third playoff hole. A hug from Luke Joy. That's nice to see. A maiden title for Balmaseda. Oh yes, doesn't he love it? The Spaniard takes the honours. Terrific stuff.
So exciting, and I play in my life is 6 playoff, only I lose 1, and I'm very comfortable. Probably more nicely on a normal round than on the playoff is the stage, so it feels very good, and I know in front I have Luke Joy is a great player, and I know to make a birdie, so finally the eagle to win the tournament.
In 2014, we launched the Sheikh Maktoum Golf Foundation Award to recognise the achievements of players from the MENA region. In the amateur division, in first place from Saudi Arabia, Othman Al-Mullah. And now to the professional division, tied for first place, both from Morocco, Faisal Sajini and Ahmed Marjan. And now to the leading amateur, with scores of 67, 73, 71 for a total of 211, 5 under par, from India, Rehan Thomas. And the 2016 Golf Citizen Classic champion by virtue of a playoff, with scores of 68, 72, 70 for a total of 210, 6 under par, from Spain, Carlos Balmaseda.
Congratulations to Carlos Balmaseda on his maiden MENA Golf Tour victory, and that too in a scintillating manner. Until we meet again, adios.
Vamos!